The evening shadows lengthened across the suburban landscape as David Mercer's car pulled into the driveway. The engine's soft purr died away, leaving him in momentary silence. He glanced at his watch, 7:45 p.m. Another day, another deadline met. But at what cost? Weariness had etched itself into the lines of his face after 12 hours at the office. The quarterly reports had demanded his complete attention, and the executive meeting had run late, as usual. His shoulders felt heavy with the accumulated tension of unrelenting responsibility. As he approached the front door, the porch light illuminated a small figure waiting for him. His 5-year-old son, Ethan, stood in his pajamas, his expression brightening at the sight of his father. Despite his exhaustion, David felt a flicker of warmth at his son's obvious delight. In our modern society, the relentless pursuit of professional achievement and financial security often comes at an unexpected cost. The delicate balance between career and family represents one of life's greatest challenges, with consequences that extend far beyond the immediacy of our daily decisions. This narrative explores the profound moment when a father confronts the true value of his time through the innocent wisdom of his child. "Daddy!" Ethan exclaimed, bouncing slightly on his toes. "May I ask you a question?" David managed a tired smile.
"Sure, buddy."
"Daddy, how much money do you make per hour?"
"Oh, that's none of your business,"
he snapped, his voice sharper than intended.
"What makes you ask such a thing?"
Ethan's shoulders hunched slightly, but his eyes remained steady. "Oh, I just want to know, please tell me how much you make per hour." David unlocked the door, stepping into the foyer with Ethan trailing behind him. The persistent question grated against his already frayed nerves. After setting down his briefcase and removing his coat, he turned to face his son, who continued to watch him with that expectant gaze.
If you must know."
David finally relented with a sigh.
I make $20 per hour.
Ethan nodded, his expression thoughtful. Then, with head slightly bowed, he asked, "Father, can I borrow $10, please?" The request ignited David's temper. After the day he'd had, after the sacrifices he made daily to provide for this family, this seemed like the height of childish inconsideration. His thoughts raced. Is this why he wanted to know? So he could ask for money? For some trivial toy that will be forgotten by next week?
Oh la la. Go to your room. I work long, hard hours every day. I don't have time for this nonsense.
The boy's face fell. Without another word, Ethan turned and quietly made his way up the stairs. The soft click of his bedroom door echoed in the silent house. David retreated to his study, settling heavily into his leather chair. His anger festered as he reviewed financial documents, the numbers blurring before his eyes. How dare he ask such a question just to get money? The thought circled in his mind, feeding his indignation. An hour passed. The house remained quiet, except for the occasional creaking of timbers settling for the night. Gradually, David's anger began to subside, replaced by an uncomfortable sensation in his chest. Perhaps he had been too harsh. After all, Ethan rarely asked for anything material. Maybe there was something special he needed the money for, a school project or a friend's birthday gift. With a deep breath, David rose from his chair and climbed the stairs to Ethan's room. He knocked softly before opening the door.
Are you sleeping, son?
He asked into the dimly lit room. Ethan's voice came back small but clear. No, Father, I'm awake. David sat on the edge of the bed, the mattress dipping slightly under his weight.
I've been thinking, maybe I was too harsh with you earlier. It's been a difficult day and I shouldn't have taken my frustration out on you.
He reached into his pocket and withdrew his wallet.
Here's the $10 you asked for.
The bedside lamp cast a warm glow across Ethan's face as he sat up. A smile spread across his features as he accepted the money. Thank you, Dad. Then, to David's surprise, Ethan reached beneath his pillow and pulled out a small handful of crumpled bills. The sight of the additional money rekindled David's confusion and irritation.
Why did you ask me for money when you already have some?
He demanded, his voice rising again. Ethan looked up at his father, his eyes wide and earnest. The room seemed to hold its breath as he replied. Because I didn't have enough, but now I have $20. Can I buy an hour of your time? Please come home early tomorrow. I'd like to have dinner with you. The words struck David with devastating clarity. The room suddenly felt too small, too warm. A profound weight settled in his chest as he stared at his son, this small person who had managed to articulate what David himself had not recognized. The growing chasm between them, measured not in distance, but in moments unlived, conversations unmade. Letter from a son to Time. Dear Time, I have saved my allowance for 3 weeks. I have counted coins and straightened bills, not for a toy or game or treat, but for minutes with the one who leaves before I wake and returns after I should sleep. I wonder if you could be kinder, if you could slow your endless march, just enough for stories and questions and laughter, just enough for him to see me growing, just enough for us, with hope, a child. David reached out with trembling hands and gathered Ethan into his arms. The quarterly reports, the executive meetings, the deadlines and promotions, all of it seemed suddenly insubstantial compared to the weight of this small body against his chest. The trust in those innocent eyes. "Oh, Ethan," he whispered, his voice rough with emotion.
"Oh, my son, you don't need to buy my time. It belongs to you already. I've just forgotten that."
The true currency of life is not measured in pounds or dollars, but in moments shared and connections nurtured. In the innocent wisdom of a child, we find the most profound reminder. No professional achievement can compensate for the absence of genuine presence in the lives of those we love. While financial security provides comfort, it is our emotional investment that builds lasting foundations. The moral of this narrative lies not in the rejection of professional ambition, but in the mindful balance between career aspirations and the irreplaceable value of being truly present for those who matter most.